What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Saturday here. Hope you guys are having a great weekend so far. Right now, we do have Bitcoin bouncing back from yesterday's dip, up almost 0.7%. Ethereum bouncing back, up almost 0.4%. Total 3, up almost 0.7%. Stock market closed for the day, but we are going to be monitoring that as it opens tomorrow afternoon Pacific Standard Time for S&P 500 mini futures. It is highly correlated with Bitcoin, which affects the entire crypto markets because Bitcoin is the driver of the crypto markets. If it dumps, you can expect the altcoins to be dumping, and if it pumps, you can expect the altcoins to be pumping as well, at least in the longer term, right? Yesterday, we had a pretty nasty dip in the crypto markets because Bitcoin was dumping. Now, we are going to be taking a look into a few altcoins here. Going to be taking a look into SwftCoin, which I have some myself. We're going to be taking a look into Celestia, Polkadot later on in this video, so make sure to be staying around for that. I'm going to give you guys my price analysis on these altcoins. If you guys have any technical and analysis requests, make sure to drop a like, comment, subscribe, letting me know what you guys want to see. I would pick one for you guys to do on my videos. And now I will also give you guys my instant reaction to the news on some news headlines, so that should be interesting. If you guys are new to my channel, of course, make sure to like and subscribe because you guys should know that I dive deep into the charts every day to find the moves before they actually happen, because that's a lot lower risk than actually chasing a pump on the day of. Let's come over here to Bitcoin news first. I'm going to have to get used to this, okay? My instant reaction to some news headlines. All right, is Bitcoin price doomed for 93K? Technical indicators paint a bearish image. I think I know what it's talking about, so I talked about this yesterday. Technical indicators such as the RSI, right? It's going to have a bearish divergence after this monthly candle close, most likely. That is basically where you get a higher high on the price action chart, but with a lower high on the RSI. Okay, unless we get a monthly candle close below this previous high here at about 102K, then you could technically avoid this bearish divergence. Let's see if that will happen, right? Now on the weekly time frame, there was bearish divergence for quite a few weeks, but it has not played out until now. Could that actually happen for Bitcoin monthly charts? Well, it has happened before, and namely back in December 2020, where there was monthly bearish divergence and the bulls kept pushing throughout basically the until I think May or April 2021. So that could be a scenario as well. I don't think it's 100% doom, or because I think what I've seen on these breakouts, especially when with these very big breakouts here, even back in November 2024, that these bearish divergence signals could be invalidated. And we're actually seeing one right now, but we're finally getting that red candle, right? In my opinion, and of course, what I'm saying here is purely my opinion in this video. None of what I'm saying here is financial advice. You gotta do your own research. But right now, as long as we get a weekly candle close above 104K, I think we're still looking good on this time frame. Okay, so that was that headline. That is what it's talking about. I know what it's talking about. Now, 3 hours ago, Meta says no to Bitcoin reserves despite mounting institution adoption. So, I mean, that's not good for Bitcoin. But that is just Meta. That's just Facebook. So let's go on to the next one. No room for doubt. Analysts 900K Bitcoin follows familiar script. Just reacting to the headline here, I think a 900K is going to be way too bullish for this cycle, right? I'm still bullish on Bitcoin, but I don't think it's gonna get to 900K. Just to be honest with you. And one thing I would like to point out here is because I'm looking at the monthly RSI again. Why I'm still bullish is that we haven't really gone way too far into overbought territory, into FOMO territory, like back in 2017 and 2021. I mean, we've had a few head fakes here, in my opinion. But we haven't got that, that FOMO overbought RSI reading yet. So that's why I'm still bullish. But I don't think, Bitcoin is gonna have room for 900K in here, at least in this cycle. In the future, I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, I think it's a little too far to argue that, but not in the cycle. All right, let's go take a look into some altcoin news here. Okay, SwftCoin. Do we have any news for SwftCoin in TradingView? Now, if you guys don't have TradingView, you guys got to get TradingView, in my opinion, because if you want to survive in this trading game, it's going to be very hard to do so without being able to chart the charts, especially with the indicators in TradingView. Okay. I do have an affiliate link in the description section below. If you guys do sign up, it's going to give me a bonus, and they do have plans for under $20 per month. Okay. Now let's go ahead to news section, SwftCoin. Okay, 2 days ago, SwftCoin, Undead Games, Undead on Bridgers. Okay, that doesn't really tell me anything on this headline here. So not really much news on SwftCoin, from what I'm seeing. Okay, so let's move on to Polkadot. What are some recent news here? Polkadot, Moonbeam, XC Dot, and one other EVM native asset. That doesn't really tell me anything on this headline. I mean, to be honest with you guys, I don't really read that much news. I think what's on the chart is the most important thing as a both short term and longer term trader, right? And I've been in this game for, I would say, over 5 years. Now, Polkadot prints classic bullish falling wedge. I think that's a little too far behind us to actually talk about May 7th. So let's move on to Celestia. Celestia, May 15th was the most recent news. So not really much news on TIA as well. So let's just go ahead and move on to the charts here. All right, so let's come over here to Ethereum. Ethereum actually holding up pretty well in the shorter term time frame, and I'm talking about this. There was a cup and handle pattern on Ethereum on this 4 hour, got rejected with a fake out there, and basically 12-hour time frame is where I would still see a cup and handle pattern, right? We have this portion of the cup and a handle, right? Let's go ahead and extend this upper trend line, which it is the resistance out of this pattern. It usually breaks to the upside, but always I plan for the downside as well, just knowing the odds, right? Which usually favors the bulls, but there's still a chance if it breaks down. And in this case, 12-hour time frame, resistance still about 2750. Okay, if it breaks the upside here, it's still going to be about just shy of 3200. Now, a lot of this is going to depend on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin dumps, these setups are not going to mean much. Okay, Total 3, okay, which is altcoin markets excluding Ethereum, has broken down. There was a cup and handle pattern. There was a falling wedge pattern, which we see right now, and price action just broke down from it. Okay, so a very important monthly time frame signal, weekly time frame signal on Bitcoin to be paying attention to. Let's go over here to SwftCoin. See what's going on in this market here. Monthly time frame had been overbought territory, came all the way back down here, monthly moving average 21 SMA is going to be about just shy of 0.7 cents there. And weekly time frame, let's zoom in a little bit so we can actually validate this pattern. 3-day time frame, we have a validated falling wedge pattern. Okay, now the price target out of this pattern is going to be about 2.4 cents price target, almost 2.5 cents price target. If it breaks to the upside here, falling wedges usually break to the upside. Okay, let's take a look into the daily time frame. Okay, daily time frame, we do have a falling wedge, a smaller one within this bigger one. If it breaks out by this point, price target is going to give SwftCoin about 1.7 cents, basically up to this upper trend line here of this bigger pattern. Okay, now we're going to come back to revisit SwftCoin if enough of you guys want to see it. So make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe in the comment section below. Let's come over here to Polkadot. Now I'm going to mention that a lot of these altcoins have broken down from some patterns I have charted, and I have invalidated those patterns just to keep the charts clean, right? Let's take a look into Polkadot here. Weekly time frame. Broke out of this bigger falling wedge pattern on the weekly time frame. That's probably validated on a smaller time frame, but broke out of that. Price target still valid because we're still above this upper trend line, and price target is going to give Polkadot about $10 price target. Okay, now if we actually take a look into a bigger time frame here for Polkadot, there has been divergence on this monthly time frame, right? Bullish divergence and bigger falling wedge pattern, which could take some time to play out. Price target out of here is going to be just short of $20 Polkadot. This is the monthly time frame. Okay, now let's come over here to take a look into a shorter time frame. 4 hour had some downwards price action due to this week. Actually, even the hourly time frame here. Okay, if it breaks out by this point, that is a falling wedge. If it breaks out by this point, it's going to give you a price target of just about $4.90, a little above that. If it doesn't break out by this point, then move the measurement down along this upper trend line if this pattern still stays intact. Celestia, let's take a look. What's going on in this market? I did one on this market a couple days ago. Weekly time frame, this is still valid, very close to that bottom trend line of this falling wedge pattern. Okay, if it breaks out by this point, the measure move is going to be about $14, just shy of $14 for Celestia if it breaks out by this point. The measurement is taken by measuring the opening of the pattern for this falling wedge here, and then putting it on back of a estimated breakout points. Daily time frame. Mentioned this rising wedge broke down. Breakdown target is about $1.87. Has broken down. It has formed a falling wedge since then, and it has also formed a smaller falling wedge before, and it has actually broken down from that. Just to do a little bit of a recap. Now, falling wedge, let's see if this one actually breaks back to the upside. Right here, if it breaks out by this point, Celestia will get a price target of about $3.45. And you guys should know price targets are estimates only. It could be more, it could be less, right? There could be fake outs, there could be breakdowns. Always going to be planning. I'm always planning for these, just any type of movement, really. Nothing in the market is 100%. So that is something I'm expecting. Okay. So this wraps it up for my video for today. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next time.